Good morning, everyone. My name is George Kosch. Today is the 10th of January. Once again, great Happy New Year to everybody. I think we're all settled in now for a new year, 2020. It's great to see so many people showing up to these workshops. Of course, as you may know, they're all recorded and they're available under training on the top menu. And I'm very happy to say that our sales this month are extremely good. I mean, I just can't believe it. It's every month is just fantastic. Here at Worldprofit, our support is caught up. Servers are running great. Emails going out, and what more could you want? Other than a weekly training workshop by yours truly, me. I'm the CEO of Worldprofit, and together with my partner, Sandy Hunter, our president, we are here every single Friday helping people build a business online. And you'll notice that we don't have anything out there telling you about how much money you're going to make. We're not about that at Worldprofit. We're about teaching you how to run a business online. And we teach you how to work with your current affiliate programs, sell products online, be them your products or affiliate products or PLR or anything like that. I'm going to talk to you about that today. Teaching you how to, add to your website, use autoresponders. Everything that we have is all under one roof. Believe it or not, it's really cool. My background is all military. That was I can honestly say I've never worked a day in my life. When I joined the military when I was 19, I went to military college and I never felt like I was working. They were paying me to go to school and get my degree in math and physics, which I did, and then I got out after 10 years of flying because they offered early retirement. So I thought, man, start a new career, and I kind of felt like I did a lot flying and got almost about 2,300 hours of jet time and multi-engine time and everything like that. Became an entrepreneur. I'm completely self-taught when it comes to the internet and programming and all of this stuff, and that's what I do. The neatest thing about the internet is you can learn a great deal about anything if you just set the time aside and go from there. I want to, obviously welcome all of our new members. We have, excuse me, hundreds and hundreds of new members that have come in the last few months. So welcome to the program. And again, if you have questions or anything, go ahead and fill out the chat area, and I will get to your questions. You can ask them anytime you want. And I'm here as your sponsor. So if you have questions for your sponsor and your sponsor's not answering, no problem. Just put them in here. And if it's one of those, well, this is a big question, I really would like some more personalized help, fill out a support ticket. And I'll help you personally with whatever question you have. If you want to do a video for me, you can use YouTube. Make it private, where it says private, only people with the link can see it, and I'll help you out. You can do desktop recordings and things like that using, I use a program called Snagit, which you'll find under Cool Tools on top menu. So that's the extent of help that I'm willing to give you. Or you can fill out a support form and put your question in and say, could you talk about this during your workshop? Okay, and that way it's anonymous. Okay, I'll help you out. Get on lesson number 3 and stay on it. That's my advice. Get there, stay on it. Do 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever it takes until you sort of start absorbing that information and doing the promotion that's in the first video. And then the bonuses that we have for you, which you'll find out about on lesson 3, are great, because then you'll know how to use those bonuses in any program that you're in. Okay, the whole design of Worldprofit is for other programs. And we've actually had people in very big companies refer people to us and say, listen, you guys are obviously not going to tell people not to promote the program that they're in, so teach them. And people come in here all the time as new silver members because of things like the multi-commission system, the 18 sites that we manage, because people are coming in from everywhere to join these sites all over the internet. Our training is 7 days a week. Our support 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. We're here to help you along with your sponsor. The proof that this works is obviously you're here, and you probably responded to a message that you received by email. You might have been surfing a website and saw an ad, filled it out, came into the member area, and here you are. Isn't that great? Some of the promotion tools and tactics that you're going to learn about are all in that first video. There's also a second video, which I'll show you here. So if I go into the main member area here, I'll just borrow this tab here real quick. Under training, you can see that there is an initial video here, but there's also another video below. Okay, and it's about the extra help with Safeless. And I added a YouTube version. The reason I did the YouTube version for these is because in many of the YouTube versions, again for this first file, you can go here and there's closed captioning. Okay, so that if you want to download the transcript, you can do so. It's really neat. If I go here, I'll just make sure I pause the video. You can see that you can turn on closed captioning, and it will give you the information in writing, and you can also open the transcript here of the entire program. Okay, and you can save it to your computer. I usually get rid of these just by going up here and say toggle timestamps. If I'm going too quick for you, don't worry about it. You can watch this later, and you can just slow it down and pause it. It'll be on YouTube too, and you'll get the whole transcript and everything, because I just happen to have a channel, and the channel is great. It features me and all the training. Okay, so these things are really cool. Hopefully that you take advantage of them and watch these videos and learn from them. Okay. Also, every training video down here has this information also. Okay. And you can find all of this stuff at my on my channel, YouTube channel, which you can get to if you click on home. You'll see it on the list there. Okay. So the training is top-notch because it's available in all languages, it's all on YouTube, and it's also in Worldprofit Tube. Okay, so you can get to that. Cool tools on the top menu is something that you want to probably get accustomed to looking at, because there's some really cool tools up here. It's right there in the middle. And you can see the auto text, which I can't live a day without. Little demo video there to help. Postbox, I use it every day. I've used this for 10 years and this for 10 years. And finally down here, Snagit, fantastic program to, you go on your desktop and you can do videos, demoing things, everything like that. I also use Dropbox. I pay for it. They do have a free account too that you can get. It really is incredible how many things there are. All right. I highly recommend you only use Gmail for your business. The reason is it's flawless. It works great. I think I don't even have to tell people that much more anymore, because people are all using Gmail. Obviously, they're the king of email. So use it for your business. You don't have to ditch your things like Hotmail and Yahoo. You can still keep using those, but they don't work well for Safeless exchanges or business communications of any kind. Google, if you learned whitelist and everything, you'll do great. Okay, and if you have any problems whitelisting or anything, you can just look it up on Google. It'll teach you how to do it. Okay. Don't test the sign-up forms, obviously. However, if you must sign in as somebody else, okay, like say that you're helping one of your associates, obviously you have access to their associate area. Go up here into incognito mode. See that incognito window, and that way you can it's not going to track you or anything, and then you can just close it when you're done. And I use incognito all the time for, as a matter of fact, I'm logged in right now as a silver member, which I'm going to show you a little bit later. Okay, because I've got my platinum and I have my silver. Right on time for today's topics. I will again be talking about the multi-commission system. I want people to understand that how do you promote it? I get asked that every week. People are saying, you know, how do I promote all those 18? Do I do them individually, or do I, you know, what way do I do? So I want to talk to you about that. Bobby Joe has a question. He says, how do I send out a message to all of my dealers at one time? You can use the prospect emailer. They're in your prospect manager. Just mark them as dealers. Go in and change their change them over. So you go into your prospect. You know, you've got your associates up here, okay, and they'll show up, and you'll see down at the bottom. It tells you about getting them all into your found in prospect manager, which is good. Those little stars. And if you see a box, you can add them. All you have to do is, click on the boxes and then go add to prospect manager. So what you do is, as your dealers come in, you know, your silver or upgraded members like that, you just click on your prospect manager and you can change the category. You can add a category if you want, because there's prospect types. And then you go ahead and under view, you can change them to, I'll just go under mine here. You can change them to dealers if you want. Okay, so you say dealers, save, and then you should be all set. Okay, and then when you go into your emailer here, you can create your message, and you know, I'm just going to pretend I'm using this, and then you can send it to your dealers right there. Send email, and it'll go out to all of them. Okay. It'll take time. I mean, you want to take your time with it. Don't add people who aren't dealers. And then remove them as you see fit. They can remove themselves too, right? They don't. they have an ability. Whenever we send an email out, we are CAN spam compliant. They can remove themselves, right? And again, this will probably be best if they have Gmail, of course. Makes it a little easier. All right. So the multi-commission system is an interesting system. Why? I just go to the advanced menu here and I go to multi-commission system. The reason that this is so powerful is because you can send one message to other safe lists and exchanges and tell people that they can sign up for all of this with one message. You don't need to send individually, although you can if you want. But the really neat thing is, how do you promote it? If you look under show instructions, how do you promote the multi-commission system with one link? Easy. Promote the Worldprofit Associate Program using the ad examples on the top menu. So if you go to the top menu, which you would know very well what ad examples are because you went through the bootcamp training, right? You will see right here that we have some promotion right here that will bring people into the associate area. So when people come into the associate area, they have the ability to have access to all of this. They will see the multi-commission system under the goodie bag. Okay? Because remember, free members don't have what you have as a silver or platinum member. They are exposed to the multi-commission system, your ClickBank store, and things like that, but they don't have them, except for the multi-commission system, because those are 18 sites that we want them to sign up for. And when they do, as long as you're activated in them, okay, they will sign up under you. Because sign up is a joke. All they do is, for example, if I go into one that I'm not activated in, they'll see these and they'll say, oh, okay, let me activate it. Well, as soon as they sign up here, they're under you. And if they purchase something, you might see them in your commission report. The commission report covers everything. Okay, it will grab all of the commissions for all 18 sites. So if somebody signs up for, say, 6 of them, and they upgrade in one, you get your 20% on everything that's sold in there to them. That is traffic packages, like credits and solo ads and everything like that. And upgrades for the $47 or $27 or whatever that is, it will show up. All right. And you will have a little button in here that says, I want my commission, and we add it to your commission. Associates get 5%, so they still can add it to their commission too. Okay? You'll see commission paid, you'll see pending commission. As soon as you hit the button down here that says, I want to get paid, it'll go into the pending, and then we'll pay you. The beauty is all of the commission in here goes under commissions up here for your membership. Okay? You're going to see them all listed here. All right? That way everything is done on the 15th of the month. All right? Does that make sense? Do you guys have any questions about that? And let me show you the incognito mode again. It's no problem. So what you do is you say that you want to log in as one of your associates because you have access to their info, right? Because associates are pretty straight. You're their sponsor, so we trust you, with their login because you need to tell them. Sometimes they'll phone you, sometimes they'll email you, and you have the ability to resend that information to them. Okay, so it's no problem. You click on these three little buttons. You see these in Google Chrome? It says there's these three buttons up here to the top right. See this one? New incognito window. Right? So you're able to then log in, and it's completely separate to the other one. So for example, I'm signed in as a silver member right now. So if I go in here, you can tell because the incognito window is dark up top. I leave it that way so I know where I am. Okay, and then you can have access to, you can sign up as an associate or anything that you want to take a look. Okay, so it's these three little dots up here. You can do a lot in here too. There's settings and things like that. Like if you want to take an image of, if you have a new TV, one of those new TVs, and you want to broadcast to the TV without any wires or anything, you click on Cast, and you can go to you can broadcast out to that brand new smart TV because they usually have Google built in for casting. I use it all the time. It's awesome. Yeah. So if you have a new TV, this is aside from the bootcamp training and everything. This is just this is the fun stuff. You can cast your image of your desktop. You can cast your phone too. You can also cast your phone onto your smart TV. I don't know if you could do it with a Samsung, but I know that Sony is a built-in Google Chrome and all that stuff. Or sorry, Android. It's powered by Android. Okay, so it's just fun stuff. It's really cool. Yeah, so there you go, Samsung. They all have casting built in now because all of these companies are starting to realize that, you can compete with each other, but just like what Apple did with Google, like everybody's starting to say, well, you know what, let's make it easy on everybody so they don't get mad. That way it's really cool. So yeah, Mary, you just go up here. And you can cast like if I go into training, watch. So if I go to YouTube, which I should have made this go into a new browser, but I didn't. When you get to these, you can cast these videos too. You can go in and you can cast any video that you're watching. You just go up and click on Cast, and then it'll let you cast. All right. Pretty cool. Okay, I want to talk to you about the next thing, selling products. Everybody wants to know how to sell a product online. And there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can sell products nowadays. As you know, there's like, PayPal, there's Coinbase, there's BitPay. You can Google them and they'll come up with, probably 10 different ways to take money. You can, in the US, you guys have the same as we have in Canada, e-transfer, where people can just transfer money to you. So you don't even need pay buttons anymore if you don't want. You can just put a note and say, Skype me and you can pay me, that kind of thing. So I'll stick with PayPal as the main one. You can just create a PayPal pay button. Same thing with Coinbase. If anybody is watching now and you know some different ones, go ahead and pipe them in there for accepting money for people to purchase something from you. The beauty is that's the easy part. The hard part is, how do I build a website? Now, Worldprofit obviously has website management. So you can build your entire page in website management. You can say, let's add a page and go from there. But this won't work if you say that you want to sell a PLR product, and the PLR product has, a beautiful website. You know how they give you the whole site. Let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about. When you get a PLR product, and this one, for example, is right in our area here under the goodie bag. So if you go to goodie bag and you click on your goodies, I just put this one here. And there's a whole website. So when you download this, not only do you get the ebook, you get the whole thing, rights to sell it. But that's a lot of stuff, right? Like there's files in there, and they give you, it looks like this. So, when you get it, for example, you go in here and it'll say, here's the product, and they'll, generally speaking, they're going to give you a website. So you would bundle the whole thing into a zip file. But the thing is, you got to get the product up there. Well, there's a thing called file transfer, FTP. Okay, so going in here, we will host this for you. It's called Website Plus. What I like about Website Plus is very simple. Once you get it set up, you use, there's two facets to this. Number one is there's an editor called Mobirise, okay, which allows you to build a site from scratch. But there's also FTP. So you have control over what goes on to this site here by creating a directory and then loading these files as is into the directory, and then we can modify them from there. In other words, watch this. So if I click on this index file, and this is on my hard drive, so this isn't public right now, this is just on my drive, you can see that you don't really need to change anything in these sites, right? There's not a lot of change that's needed. The site's already up. Looks beautiful. What you need to do is put a button right here, or connect this button so that you can accept a payment. You can completely delete that button and put your own button up to say, I want to accept payment by BitPay, or you can type in there. And I'm going to show you that it's not as hard as you think. All right, so the first thing that you need are a couple of tools, and I'm going to add those tools in here so that you folks can see what I'm talking about, so that you can see that there's two different things going on. Now remember, I want you to cover your ears if you're just starting in Worldprofit. You don't need any of this to be successful online. What I like to do in my training is say, how about the people out there that just, they're a little more advanced, and they ask me these questions, and I say, oh, well, as long as you're willing to say, okay, this is not necessary to be successful online. This is just an option. Okay, so make sure that you know that. So if you're just starting out, go to the training, do the main video, do the promotion, and then use all, go through the tools and things at your own pace. This is advanced. Okay, so this isn't for the beginner. Okay, but a beginner can do this, believe it or not. One of the tools that you need, aside from Mobirise, which I'm going to add in here as kind of an option too, it's called FileZilla. Have you folks ever heard of FileZilla? I'll type it in here so that people watching the recording better spell it right too, shouldn't I? F-I-L-E Zilla. You could just Google that and you can download it. It's really great because what happens is when we give you this information here, how to connect, you'll put that in your MobiRise program, which I'll show you a second, and then you put this in FileZilla, and then you have direct access to your site. And if you look at my site right now, it's completely blank. I got nothing on there, right? So I don't want you to think I've got, secret stuff going on and it's all preset. I'm just going to set it up. So what you do in FileZilla is really cool. You grab those files from your hard drive and you can create in your Website Plus up here. You can see all the other ones. I'm just connecting to the main server, but you won't see all that. You'll just see yours. You can create a directory and you can call it social media for the product that you want to load, right? You bought a PLR product, you want to load it, it's yours. Comes up, social media, and of course it's blank. So what we do is we just take all of this that they gave you, right? And I'm just going to say Control A over here, select it all, and then let's upload it. And it's going to load the whole thing on to the internet where it's going to be completely public. Don't go worrying that, oh, well, I'm putting all this stuff up, Google's going to grab it and everybody's going to get it. I wouldn't worry about that, okay? Because you can work on it. You can actually do all of your work on the buttons and stuff like that if you want, right on your hard drive, and then load it up when you're done. Okay, and I do that using Notepad+. And again, Notepad+ and FileZilla work on everything. Notepad+, and you can Google that. Okay, you can Google it and you can get information on how to download and everything. So if I go to this now and I put in this slash here and I say social media, you can see that the whole thing is loaded now. It's up there. So if I sent somebody to that URL right now, they would see this, but they can't order, right? Can't order anything. So what I can do is I'll do it the easier way, which is it's on my hard drive still. And when I make changes to this, all I have to do is FTP it up to the server, right? So what I've done is I right click and it says edit with Notepad+. And the first thing you're going to say is, oh boy, I got to learn how to do this stuff. No, not really, you don't. You're just going to change the button. Right, and how do you find the button? Well, you go and you look at the site and you say, well, it says click here to get instant access. All right, so and it's under the video, so you can easily go in here and you grab your Notepad+, and we're going to just look for it. So say expand this a little, and there's a video and all that, and you can see you just scroll down a little, and down, down, down. You should see down in here somewhere, you're going to see a little under the video. So you see the video, there's a player here. And if you scroll down, do you see how it says header button buy? Looks like a buy button here. What I do is a little trick. Watch this. So you go like that, you hit enter a few times, and you go test. You see that? Because I want to, I want to see if I'm in the right place. Is that even though it says buy button, I want to make sure I'm in the right place. Okay, so you hit save, and then I go to my FTP, and I'm just going to change this one, right? It's the index, which is the main one. It'll say, do you want to? And I say, yeah, let's always update it. So then if I hit refresh, see, you don't need any special editors or anything. Do you see this, how it says test right there? Yeah, it's sneaky, isn't it? It's kind of dark. Bottom line is I know I'm in the right spot now. So now I can just erase that and put my button in. And the beauty of the buttons is with PayPal, they give you code. Just like with our affiliate center, right? You just put the code in. So you will get that from the whoever you're going to do a buy button from. You can make the buy button connect to a URL too if you want, or you could just wipe it out completely and just put up a buy button. Okay, so you'd say get rid of where it says test, and believe me, you can play with this stuff you're not going to damage anything. Just make a copy of it before you do anything. You know what I mean? Like make a kind of a backup copy. That way if you're like, oh, I've just ruined the whole thing, don't worry about it. You got another copy, just overwrite it and go. But you don't need to know all this gibberish down here. All you got to do is find that little button and put your own button in place. So, for example, I don't want to get rid of this beautiful button. It's a pretty button, right? You can create a URL here. You just type your URL, because normally this will just come up and you'll see it like this actually. They always put like a pound sign in there. Okay, and you go in here and you change this pound sign to whatever you want. Okay, and I will, Bobby Joe, I'll do a complete video on this. This is just a workshop. I'm going to actually do a video for you folks so that you can see this, because you can buy any PLR product out there as long as you have rights to sell it. Okay, and you can take the book and you can, you know, have a copy of the book on your Dropbox. And when people order it, you simply say to them, here's the product, because you'll get an email from PayPal saying somebody just bought something. Okay, so you go in here and you could put your PayPal button in here if you want, or your Bitcoin, you know, for whatever. But the bottom line is this is the area where it's going to be. Okay, so you can just take this and you can highlight all of that and get rid of it. See how I've deleted it? And you can say, here is the code for my button. That kind of a thing. And you can do it any way you want. As soon as you hit save, you can also go into FTP and you double click, and it's updated. And of course, it's dark here, so you know you're going to put your button will probably show up, but you can see it's right there. Right? Here's a code. So your button code will go there. And you'll have you can make your button white if you want, or whatever color you want. Or you can, like I said, you can leave their button there and just put the link in to go to whatever site you want. You can create another page if you want, things like that. Okay? And yes, you can definitely use your autoresponder. You can link to it. You can say, would you like information on this? You don't have to sell this product right here, right? You can put sign up on my autoresponder, put your link to your landing page, anything that you want. It's unbelievable. If you just take your time with it, draw it out first though. I find it's much handier to just draw things out and say, okay, so I'm going to have my page. This is going to be the link to it. And this is what I want to do. I want to send people to my autoresponder, which if you're a platinum member, and we're going to talk about upgrading to platinum because we've got a bunch of people upgrade, that's my sales pitch. Our autoresponder will work with any of these things. All right? This makes it so that you can have anything that you want. Any product you can sell nowadays. And I know that the HTML stuff is scary, but if you take your time with it, and don't let it scare you, because it's not scary stuff here. You're just looking for that the button. All of this other gibberish down here, who cares about it? Okay, it doesn't matter. What you want to do is you just want to learn to just isolate that one place, and then you're good to go here. Okay? All right. I find it very helpful also to use Google for when I want to do a tag, like say I want to make my font, say this color, I want to make this white, right? You can go to Google and you can say make font show up as white, and somebody will have code there for you. And I don't want to go into that with you, but this is it, how you do it. You can eliminate the task too of updating and having to FTP, because in FTP you can go into that file and you right click on it and you can say view edit, and you can set your editor up so that it's live to edit. For example, watch this. So I have a program called Cold Fusion Studio that I use, but you can assign Notepad Plus in FTP. Does that make sense? So that way Notepad Plus will come up with all the colors and stuff. Or you can use a note editor. Just any editor you want will work. You could get HTML editors online for free. There's probably 25 of them, and they're all completely free, and they're designed for people who want to do just this. Okay? So if I make a change to it on my Cold Fusion Studio here, like say I say, you see where it says here's my code for my button, right? Say that I want to change it. You know, I've got an editor, so I'm just going to use the old color tag here, just for the sake, make it white. There we go. Okay, so then I say save. And then when I go to my FTP program, it'll say, do you want to change it? Yeah, sure. And then when I go on and I hit refresh, it should be white. There it is. It's white. But like I said, I'm not messing with anything on this page. Not touching anything, just the button. And I can make the button go as an order button, or I can set it to go to another page, that kind of thing. Okay. Jim says, Bobby Joe, do you know how to set up FileZilla? Yeah, and FileZilla is available online completely for free. Okay, so if I go to, if I say FileZilla, Google will automatically set it to download. Okay. Yes, Notepad Plus also. It's awesome. It works on everything. Watch, you'll love Notepad Plus. There, you see how it comes up? Notepad Plus download. It works on everything. 64-bit machines. It works on Mac. It works on everything. Just click on the latest release, I guess, and then you go here. It says, do you want this? Go down to most computers are now 64-bit. You can go down and I'm sure there's a Mac version. I know there is. It works on everything. Just type FileZilla for Mac and Notepad Plus for Mac. Okay? Everybody has that. Love it. Works fantastic. Okay? Now there's another way to create a product from scratch. Say, for example, you have a great ebook where you have an actual physical product or something. Obviously, you can go to Amazon, you can go to eBay, things like that. But say that you just want to set up your own site. That's where Website Plus, again, comes in with the winner. Because Website Plus, which I'll show you what it looks like before you purchase it. I did my incognito browser. That's a silver. This is what you will see under Website Plus, which you go to Website Management. Okay, so you go to Website Management here, and then you click on Website Plus, and we charge almost nothing for this. It's $27 is one-time fee, and we'll set it up and send you the instructions. And I promise you, I'll have instructions here for FileZilla and all that. But here's the thing: you can also use a program called let's just go to it. MobiRise. The MobiRise is completely free. Doesn't cost anything. There are options to purchase things. But let me show you how easy it is. This thing, once you get it set up, you never have to set it up again. Okay? It looks like this. And it's completely blank. Remember what I promised you? Remember I showed you this site before I put the other stuff up, right? I put that under a directory. Watch. Blank. Because remember, there's two things happening here. One, I'm doing the FTP stuff, but I'm creating directories. And I can create as many directories as I want. I could have 20 products up if I want. Okay, so that's totally separate from the MobiRise site, which will be your main site, which again, you can create directories and everything, but you can play with it, right? So there's nothing there. Well, there's nothing in my editor, and the editor, you set it up to publish. And we give you the publish info. We say you're going to use FTP. We give you this. We give you the password and everything. So I don't need to publish because there's nothing there yet. But here's the beauty of this thing, is when you want to start, you click on the little plus button here, and let's just create a site. Let's do something cool. We want to do a header, right? Let's do something light. So you grab this and watch this. Boing. Goes up. there. So there's a menu up here, and when you want to change it, it says what do you want to do with it. You can have a bigger logo. You can put your own logo in. So say I go a little larger with the logo. So now I say, okay, and you don't have to save. It just saves for you. You click on the logo here, and it says, well, what do you want to do for your logo? You know, do you want a site library? Do you want to browse your computer? Say that I said, yeah, sure, I want to put a Worldprofit logo up. Well, I just happen to have a Worldprofit logo. I've got it under memory, graphics. And of course, you have your own computer, right? You know where all your stuff is. Don't look at mine. Mine's a mess all the time. I've got a million things in here. So I can go into my Worldprofit logos, and I'm just going to throw one up. I don't know, what goes good with white? Maybe a black one here, whatever. And then let's just say browse a computer. Yeah, that looks good. You can make a link so it can go to a site, right? HTTPS worldprofit.com. And again, you can't go wrong with this because you can just play with it, right? Open it in a new window. So, you know, when people come in there, okay, so I add a logo, right? See how it says services here? You just click on that and it says menu. You can change the menu to it. You can change the link. Services would be Worldprofit services, right? You just say insert link. You can put a phone number. You can send people to another page, which you can create pages within this too. Totally up to you. But say you want to add something else. Well, I want to have some content here for the product. So I like this one. This looks nice, right? Nice colors. So you take that and you just drag it in there. There we go. All right. So now I can do all kinds of stuff here, right? I can click on this. I can change the looks and the icons and all of that stuff. I can change the background image. If I want to change what it says here, George's great products. Let's say I want to add a footer to it now, right? So you click on the plus and you say, well, let's go add a footer or something. So you click on, see, it even breaks it down here. So you say a footer. Let's, I don't know, I like these ones. These ones look really neat, right? Put it down there. Looks like it added 2 of these for me, so I just get rid of one. Trash one of them. Yeah, remove the block. I guess it put 2 up. That's okay. So you see I've got 3 blocks. They're called blocks. So you get the top one, the middle one, and then the bottom one. And this is where you put about us and everything, and you can create other pages, right? And the footer does look nice. Does this take work? Yeah, it's going to take you a couple hours to learn how to use it and all that good stuff. But then when you publish it, you have your site up, okay? And you can work on your site. And there's no limits to this thing because you can edit each part of it completely. Now, there are all kinds of other sites that they've got already built for you too, like template sites that you can kind of just go crazy with, right? So it says it's published. Oh, is it? Well, let's go check. Remember it was blank? Let's see what it looks like now. So I hit refresh. It looks like it's got probably a couple of things I need to add to it, obviously. I'm probably going to the HTTP here. There we go. There we go. So I'm not quite sure why it's not showing the beautiful stuff for me, but for some reason it's probably because I'd be playing around with this too much. Yeah, because it's got this one here. Let me just see what we're going here. Publish. Try that again. Let's just put it somewhere else here, just for a sec. Actually, it looks pretty good there. Right? Save. So I guess I could add a new directory if I wanted. Right? Up in here. Okay, let's try publishing again. Successfully published to website. There we go. Oop. So you can see all the different views, right? And I probably have to just clear my browser cache because I've been playing with this morning. Yeah, I probably just have to clear my browser cache and everything, but I assure you, you'll see the site. It'll look really cool. Yeah, but this is how this thing works. Is it's going to create this thing for you and be all set. And I guess I'd probably just go over here. I'll just reset the site for me. How'd that be? I go up here and just reset everything. I know I play with this stuff too much. And therefore it causes problems because I've got all kinds of stuff in the folders and things like that. There we go. So we're going to just reset it all. The other things that you can do here are you can set up different sites too. So your site gets saved. So like George's demo site here, this is the site I'm on. There's also another one that I did. So you can do different sites. And you can also create different pages. Okay, so you can say, well, I want to say that you had a header up here. So you could clone the page and keep that same header up there and then add, you can add all kinds of different things. You can just create another page and call it services, right? Or products or something like that. And what it'll do is it'll create the page for you and then you can edit those pages, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, exactly. All right, so then, if I sit here and I go publish away, and you can also publish this to your hard drive if you want, just in case you have some problems like that. All right. And for some reason, it doesn't seem to like my connection. Browser is probably causing me some issues. Very strange, isn't it? I could try it completely. Well, I don't want to do this for the program because, let me just clear this data here. I might have a cookie issue too. Believe me, this won't happen to you. It'll work perfect. It's just I'm always testing stuff. Let me see if it's cleared off. Yeah, it'll take a half hour to clear my cache. Anyways, we'll set it up for you. It'll work fine. And then you'll go to your site and it'll look great. All right, so you'll just go here and it'll obviously load everything up for you. All right, intro with icons, layout. All right, now it's still doing its thing. I've got so much stuff on my computer, it's not even funny. So there's two aspects to this. FTP, which you could use FileZilla and Notepad+. You could build directories and everything, unlimited. And they're, of course, on your hard drive. That's a little bit more challenging, I would say, than using Mobirise. But you can use, with FileZilla, you can use any editor that you like, totally unlimited, because FTP allows you complete access to all the files and everything on the machine. So I think I've cleared that off. It probably won't even load right. Yeah, it's still not loading right. That's fine. All right. Yeah, exactly. I'm always testing stuff. So my stuff sometimes doesn't work right. Even my website doesn't work right sometimes. Are there any questions about any of this? It's going to be challenging to do anything on a phone. I wouldn't recommend it, no. What you want to do on your phone then is you can promote and stick with the bootcamp training, okay? Okay? Get your computer fixed. Go out and buy a computer. If you're thinking about buying a new computer, they're so cheap nowadays. I think that you can get a Chromebook for $200, which is just insane. I mean, a phone costs $1,000 these days, right? Like an iPhone, what's an iPhone go for? $800, $900? Okay. And with Mobirise too, don't forget you can completely change your site. I could go to this site here, say that. So it'll bring up a site that I did. Maybe this one will publish fine, I don't know. So this is another site that I did, I put some time into it. Say I want to publish it, publish that up, see if that one works. And of course, it looks like it's sort of loading, but not loading very well. See that? So obviously I've broken my FTP site. I don't want to set up another one, but trust me, it does work. It's just terrible when it's just not cooperating with me. Yeah, a loan. Here's how you can, if you want a loan, here's how you get a loan. Start promoting. And that way you'll build up your commissions. And believe me, they will build up. And it'll be fantastic. Member area updates. All of the updates that I'm doing, okay, I'm doing them in the member area to certain parts as I go. I did some updates to the prospect manager here, which you can see, just a few minor updates. Like when you go view, I put some buttons up here so it's easier to see. I did a little bit of just centering and updating, modernizing the buttons. You can see I modernized these buttons too, so that they work on everything, right? They'll work on tablets and things like that. I've modernized some of the message center and things, and if you go down here, you can see that I've modernized some of this. Okay, just buttons are a little bit clearer, easier to see, right? All of that stuff's been done. A reminder about traffic injections, that they are completely now integrated with the multi-commissions area here. Okay, so when you go into the multi-commissions area and if you're new, because I just did this, and you activate, what will happen is the activation, for example, with Bitcoin, for example, will also update your traffic injections area too. Okay, so you'd go down here and you would see Bitcoin at exchange would be updated in here. All right, and activating is as simple as just putting your email address in there, and I know I'm going to put in the wrong one, so I'm letting you know right now because I've got a million accounts. So if I go to here and I say I want to activate my Bitcoin at exchange, I think my Gmail would be probably georgekosch1@gmail.com. Let's see if I get lucky here. georgekosch1. And if it finds it, it'll send me a note. There, it was found. Oh my goodness, look at that. So now I would check my email on my other computer for georgekosch1, and it should send me my... I know I have to do it on my other computer. This is the problem with having 5 computers around you, right? You got this one with email, and so I got my note here, Bitcoin activation. I'm going to click on it, and it'll update hopefully in there. If I'm logged in as the right person, of course. Oh, it did. Wow, miracle. So it probably didn't activate because I'm on another computer. Yeah. So I would normally put my link in there and it would be updated. So if I take this link, I probably could do it here, copy, and then paste away, see if that works. There we go. So when it updates here, it should add it to the traffic injections area right here. And if the world was perfect, that would have worked great, and it did. So there you go. Are there any questions? Annette says, I'm already signed up in the multi-commission that I'm silver. Does it change? It should be fine, Annette. Yeah, you just want to come to your traffic injections, and if they're not in here, because I just did this update a few days ago where it automates it, go ahead and just take your username, and I know you did the right thing and you wrote them down. If you didn't write them down, don't worry about it. Just go to the multi-commissions area and you can see them. It will come up when you click here. Do you see this? And it will say, you see where it says username here? That's your username. In my case, my account's super old, so it's a number. But usually it's what you've made up. Okay? So when you decide that you want to set up an account, you would have made up your username. Okay, like for example, Dragon Safe List. You would make this up, and you would say Worldprofit 231 or whatever you want to make it up. You put your name in, and you write it down. If you didn't write it down, it's no problem. You can come back here and see your usernames for each one of them. They're right here. So if I go profit ad links, what was my username? I don't remember. So I would just click on it, and it would say username. That's my username. There's my email. Can you tell I designed this? I want people to be able to know what their stuff is. And remember, to promote this, just promote the landing page. And I'll probably put a button up here called Promote This System. You know what? That's a good idea. Why don't I do that? You're seeing me at my best today. Promote button for multi-commissions area. There we go. Put that down there. Okay? And I'm going to fix my MobiRise site. I'm telling you. I get that thing rocking and rolling. For some reason, it's just not working right for me. It'll work right for you, though, because you'll have a brand new site and you won't have 50 million tests and things that you've done on it. Okay? Are there any questions about any of this stuff? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video with everything working, of course, for Website Plus, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to have a section for MobiRise, and of course your autoresponders will work too in this, which is another video, which is up here, a little advanced again, and then I'll have another section down here about FTP and being able to create the world, okay, with this. And again, this here, do you see where it says Website Plus? This can be whatever you want it to say. Or it could be another domain, right? Because if you go into my incognito browser, remember I was in here, I was showing you how it didn't work. So you see where it says you can book a new domain name using this registration link and put MobiRise FTP on a completely different website. And then go into your website here and hook it in on the top menu, or on the side menu, or on this side menu, or on the footer menu, or on the sub menu of the, you know what I mean? So you can put it anywhere you want. All right? Yeah, don't worry, I'll have it all in a video for you, Mary. You'll love it. So you can register a new site. Right? So you know when you go to your Website Plus, right, which is on my other browser, you got to have a sense of humor when you're doing this stuff, folks. Believe me, there's like 600 browsers. So you see how it says websiteplus.georgekosch.com? You, if you want, you can put it on a domain name. And I'll give you the FTP and everything for it. And then you can put up anything that you want up there. Okay? Yes, we love testimonials too. If you could do this, this would be huge for us. We always love if you click on the submit testimonial here and let us know. Like all of your stuff will go in. Okay, your address if you want. Just, you know, mine's, I'm the tester, remember, so everything up here is testing. You put your address should show up in here automatic, and then you go forward. And of course, you're going to go all fives. I know you will. And then you go forward, and then you can enter your testimonial here. Okay, and then it will go up. Goes up on our main testimonial site. All right, and it'll show up here too, which is within the member area. So if you go to Worldprofit, you can see testimonials right on our top menu. I did this with FTP and everything. This whole site here, worldprofit.com, this is I did this by hand. Took a long time, but then you can see the testimonials right there. Come up. right? All right. Okay, folks, I'm going to end the recording here and wish everybody a great weekend. Keep promoting. And like I said, I'll have the video up this week, probably over the weekend. And it's going to show you all the stuff working, and it'll be really cool. But it's under Website Plus. Last thing I want to talk to you about is renewing and upgrading. We have a perfect opportunity here under Platinum. You can renew for a year. You can renew your Silver for a year, all prepaid. So you can prepay for your Silver, prepay for your Platinum, and upgrade if you're Silver, upgrade, that kind of thing. What do you get with Platinum? Double the commissions, and that includes the commissions in the multi-commission system. So they go from 20 to 40. Autoresponder included, ClickBank Superstore, ClickBank Sales Manager, Advanced Ad Tracker, which I'm going to be buffing this up to. Mega traffic injections to all 18 sites every month. VIP bonuses, credits, everything. Okay? If you're interested, fill out a support ticket. Right up here, you see support. It hovers over everything. You just click on that. I updated that system too. Click on this here and fill out a ticket right in here and say, I'm interested in a quote. And Sandy Hunter, our president, will do that up for you. Okay? Fantastic. So everybody have a great weekend, and thanks. Thanks for showing up.